Yes, people. We are back live on the channel for the NBA Week 5 review and the Week 6 preview. So what we do on the show is we always preview the week that's coming up, which is so it's the games that are tomorrow or tonight, wherever you are in America or if you're in Asia, or and we'll review what the past week was. So we're going to talk about the games that have just finished. We're going to talk about our teams. I'm going to talk about the upcoming week for our teams and what we think could happen, and other teams in the NBA as well. So like the Celtics and the Lakers. Obviously, Kings and Sixers fans. So we'll talk about the Sixers as well. We'll talk about other teams. So yeah, and we'll be discussing the NBA Cup as well. So the NBA Cup today is a massive one because we're gonna find out if the Celtics can make it through via the Pistons and the Magic results. So we'll see by that. Joining me, obviously, King. What are we saying, bro? NBA talk weekly.
Yeah, all good, all good. Another week of basketball. Yeah, man, it's non-stop 82 games, non-stop season. And yeah, just excited for the season. Not as a Sixers fan, but just overall some good games in the past week. So yeah, enjoying it.
Yeah, I hear that completely. And obviously, me as a Celtics fan, Kings a Sixers fan, we'll talk about our teams in the past week and the results that our teams have got. Um, I won't get into our teams like that. We'll just talk about our teams indirectly. So we're gonna talk about the Eastern Conference and how it's shaping up. So let's talk about the East first. Obviously, our Eastern Conference teams. Our teams are from the Eastern Conference. So let's start from there because the Bucks have now climbed up the ladder. I think the Bucks have now sort of picked up form. I think they're unbeaten in like what 6, 7 games, 8 games now. I think they're on like an 8 game win streak. I don't know what the exact count is, but the Bucks are climbing up the table now, and the Orlando Magic are also a good team. I'm seeing that that even with Paolo or without Paolo, they still have a decent team around. They've got Mo and Franz, Wagner brothers. Um, and yeah, I just want to get your thought on this week because obviously it's been interesting. The Celtics and the Cavs face off on the battle of the top of the East today, and obviously the Celtics fell short. Kind of unlucky because I watched the game. I watched it back actually because I was I missed the game live, so I had to watch it back without spoilers. So I watched the game, and the Celtics did everything they could. I felt like we sort of, we fell short towards the end of the game. We kind of missed our chances at the end, but you know what? I'm not disappointed. It's one of those losses where you just gotta take it and move on. It was a tough battle against the Cavs, especially with Donovan Mitchell just absolutely balling out right now. He's probably the best. He's probably one of the best players in the NBA. How he's not at least in the top. I don't know if he's in the top 5 of the NBA MVP ladder, but he has to be. He has to be around there. He's that good right now. Like it's scary to come up against Donovan Mitchell, especially how scary he might be in the playoffs. So the first thing you have to do when you're playing against Cleveland is you have to stop this guy. Then you can stop. Then you can stop others because this guy is the reason why Cleveland are winning. But I'll leave everything in the Eastern Conference, obviously, because you can bring it to the table if you like, and we can talk about it. Because the Eastern Conference is getting interesting.
Oh, you want me to present it? I can present it.
Yeah, you can bring it up. Let's bring up the Eastern Conference table.
See if I can make it bigger.
Yeah, no worries. Let's bring it up. So obviously now
That
we got Cleveland. So we got Cleveland only a game, only a win above the Celtics. Oh, sorry, a win in a win because if the Celtics beat Miami today at home, then that just means that we are 1.5 games behind and Cleveland are on a 1-game win streak after their recent after the tough week. So now they've already had 3 losses. They've only lost to 2 teams this year. They lost to the Hawks and the Celtics. But I want to get your thoughts on this table because I want to get your thoughts. I'm not trolling. I'm not going to troll you. Scroll down so we can see the full Eastern Conference. I'm not trolling. Don't worry. I'm not going to troll Sixers. Don't worry. I'm just saying this. Let's show every team because I think they'll climb back up. Let's talk about it. Oh, give me your thoughts on the Eastern Conference so far, as of what you've seen this week.
This week, I've liked the thing about the Eastern Conference is it's been very weak this season in terms comparative to the West. I think a lot of the teams are on losing records outside of the top 5, which for me, I mean, it makes sense. I think the Bucks are winning games just based on players alone. I don't think they have a good coach. I do like what I see from the Knicks. They're a very interesting team. Obviously, the Magic, even without Pablo, are still a quality bunch of players, and they've shown that. I think the big game was Cleveland versus Celtics, and Cleveland just edged it. But when it comes to the 2 best teams in the East, that's what it is. It's gonna be close because even in the reverse fixture was very close as well. So it's fine margins when it comes to those games. I think the Cleveland and Boston are the 2 best teams in the East by a bit. It'll be interesting to see how better Orlando can be when Pablo is fully there. I do like New York because obviously they brought in Cat and stuff like that, and they do have a lot of good pieces. The Bucks have star power, but I don't think they have. I don't think they have defense. They don't have a great enough defense for me to think that they're going to do anything this season. And then the rest of the league has just been terrible, in all honesty. From 6 to 15 has just been absolutely horrendous, really. Like the fact that 5 teams in the East are only on positives, and Bucks are just on a positive from their recent form, up being on a 6-win streak. But yeah, I just think a lot of the teams are just not good enough. I think a lot of these teams probably need to tank and focus on next season and maybe make some changes. I think the one outlier probably for me is the Sixers. But I think the outlier is because they need to move on from Embiid at some point. I think it's going to happen sooner or later. The fact that you're 4-14 after 18 games is not good enough. But I am excited to see who comes out of the East. I still think it's going to be the Celtics, but Cleveland look good, the Magic look good, and New York look good. So there is competition, but I just don't know if they're going to be able to compete. And for me, I'm even more excited about the Emirates NBA Cup because there's a lot of connotations to the games coming up as well. Yep. And it's very tight up there as well.
We'll discuss the NBA Cup as well because this is going to get interesting. Today, especially the fixtures, is the last one today. But guess what? Today is going to be the absolute pinnacle. Today is we find out of the full NBA Cup standings. And we'll preview the NBA Cup as well as it goes on, people. So make sure you tune into that. I think the Hawks are actually starting to heat up as well. If you look at their record, I know they're 10-11, but if you actually look at their recent games, they beat Cleveland twice in a week last week, right? They're starting to heat up now. So that's where I'm looking at the Hawks and I'm like, okay, can you now start pushing on and getting results? Because you beat the Celtics as well. You beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. You've beaten the 2 best teams in the East this season, right? No disrespect to the rest. I'm just saying as it is right now. They should be better than what they are right now. This record that's telling me, I think it's a lie. Well, the Hawks are looking okay. They look better than what their record says they are. Even though the Celtics absolutely destroyed the Hawks in Atlanta, it's just you went and beat the Celtics on the road, and then you went to beat Cleveland on the road. You don't only done that. You went to beat you beat them at home again, back to back. You beat the Cavs twice in a week. No one has done that this season. Only the Celtics have beaten the Cavs, and then the Hawks have gone and done it. So, yeah, I'm looking at the Milwaukee Bucks as well. I think they're on a 7-game win streak or something like that, 7-8 game win streak. Let me see here. Actually, 6-game win streak. There you go. It says right there, 6-game win streak. They've picked up pace. So now all the talks about Giannis being traded, the talks about Doc Rivers and like that, yes, it's kind of died down a little bit now. Yes, their record should be better because they're Milwaukee Bucks and they should be contenders, but they've picked up form where when it matters, going into the December period. And then you also got the Knicks. Their record kind of tells me that okay, they're still a strong team. 12-8 is a good record to start the season. They're on a 2-game win streak. Then you've got the Orlando Magic, who are on a 6-game win streak. Like, this, I think they're doing this without Paolo Banchero as well. Paolo Banchero, I think I don't know if he's playing, but he's out. I don't know if he's playing, if he's fit. But bro, look at him. They're playing without him, and they are on a 6-game win streak. So the Orlando Magic are a good team. I have some respect for the Orlando Magic because I actually believe in their project and what they're building, right? And if you actually look at what I said a few years ago, a couple seasons ago, I said the Orlando Magic in 5 years' time will be a contending team. I think they might be a contending team sooner than I expected. They might be a contending team sooner. I think they could be next season. Next season I think Orlando Magic could be contenders for the championship. They just need to get the right pieces around Paolo Banchero, because I think Paolo Banchero is the truth. I think he's a very, very good player. So they're gonna need him if you're gonna go on a deep run in the playoffs. And obviously now you got Miami Heat. Obviously the Celtics played them today. And Indiana Pacers. I expected better from Indiana Pacers. I expected a lot better. Brooklyn, looking at 9-12. I expected the Brooklyn Nets to be much worse than what they are because they traded a lot of their players away. They got Lonnie Walker away and stuff like that. They've traded a lot of their assets away. They're much better than what I expected them. And the Detroit Pistons, much better than what I expected. Because obviously, you know how the Detroit Pistons ended their season last year. They were the worst team in the NBA last season. So, yeah, I think the Bulls also they're a bit shaky. The Charlotte Hornets, shaky. The Raptors, not so great. The Sixers, I expect the Sixers to go on a run and come back. I think they're capable enough of going on a run and coming back. Maybe you guys might need to change the head coach rather than changing Joel Embiid and stuff like that. I think Joel Embiid should be the franchise player still. You guys should bring in a new head coach. I think this is where you pull the trigger and you fire Nick Nurse and you go and get a better coach. This is where I think it's time for the Sixers to go on a run, because obviously you play Boston in a few weeks. On Christmas Day, you play the Celtics. Going to TD Garden with the form you're in right now is not great, but I'm expecting you guys to pull it back, and I'm expecting you guys to make the playoffs. Still, I know 4-14 is crazy, but how many games are there left in the season? Trust me, it's not as bad as you think. It'll get better. It gets worse before it gets better. So I think the Sixers will bounce back, and then you got the Wizards. The Wizards are one of the worst teams that I think you can see. When they play hella tough, but sorry. They always throw away games toward in the fourth quarter. They play tough from the first quarter to the third quarter, and then the fourth quarter just throw everything away. Because I watched the Celtics play against the Wizards twice, and I'm like, this is just not a serious team. But if they get a good draft pick, you build around Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma, I think you'd be a good team. But the head coach that they have right now, I don't know. I'm just not. I don't buy into all this. But any final thoughts? Any more comments we want to make about the Eastern Conference, or we want to move on to the Western Conference?
No, nothing else really to say. Just disappointed with my team, the Sixers. I think it's going to be frustrating to see what happens. I mean, it is still early on. I mean, you still got another 60 games to go, but it's getting to the point where it's a bit worrying, and it might be a thing where I think, in terms of what I look at in terms of the board, I think Sixers the only team that are truly really underperforming compared to their level. I think everything else is in kind of where I expected it to be in terms of the quality of players. Obviously, maybe you expect maybe the Bucks to be competing with the Celtics and the Cavs for the top two spots, top three spots. But yeah, the Sixers are probably the most underperforming team in the division, and you just look at the rest and you think, yeah, that's where they're meant to be, especially when it comes to the outside factors such as injuries and stuff like that, and the actual overall players. So, but yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Just checking this now, yeah. Actually, from what I'm seeing, it's the. Let me just quickly check something, because Sixers. How many games? Wait, you guys won how many games last week again? I think you won like what, 2 games last week?
Only one. We
Hold
only
on.
just won a game against I think it was the Nets or something.
No, you beat the Pistons yesterday.
Yeah, them. But that's not really something that I can think of and say, yeah, that's great. It's like,
Yeah, look, like I said, I still expect the Sixers to bounce back, excuse me, and go on a run, because, like, look, you have the team, you have the players, but when will you get it right is my question, and you should get it right because you have a good team. But like I said, I think it's time to pull the trigger and sack Nick Nurse. I think it's time for him to say goodbye, and you guys go and get a new coach. That's what I think. And the Sixers definitely have to make trades at the trade deadline. When the trade deadline comes in, like what, February and or March, I think just after the All-Star break. When that happens, I'm expecting the Sixers to be active in the market, like active trading for players. I'm expecting the Sixers to be active. And I might say something controversial. I think the Sixers trade away Paul George. I think they do. I think Paul George leaves. I think the Sixers should never really have got him. I think it's more of a case of you guys should have stuck with Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey alone. Because Paul George is ball dominant, right? Embiid is ball dominant. Maxey, so they're thereabouts. Like, cause you guys have a core of a team where, like, you know, they're willing to play together, but it's just one person needs to have the ball for majority of the time, and I think that person has to be Joel Embiid. That person has to be Joel Embiid on the ball. Paul George, for me, if you guys trade away Paul George, that won't shock me. It might happen. It might not happen. We'll see. Where I see the Sixers in a few months' time, I expect you guys to be in around the 7th to 10th place. That's where I'm expecting you guys to be in a few months' time, in at least January, February, where I expect to see you guys. If you don't turn it around, then I think you guys should just fold the season and go into the off season making moves, and that's where I think you should do it. But I'm still expecting you guys to turn around. What do you think?
I'm not sure, in terms of turning it around, because I think at best we can hope to be a play-in team and maybe go for the 9th, 10th spot and then try to go through there. But in terms of what the Sixers need to be, I don't see us reaching the top 6. I think we're too far back right now, and with Embiid here or there, probably not going to play all the games. Paul George injury prone, and as exciting as our backcourt is with Jared McCain and Tyrese Maxey is, in most metrics we've been one of the worst teams in the league. So it's just not looking like it is going to happen. But who knows? Maybe a coach change, maybe a couple trades, maybe a couple changes in kind of personnel might make the difference. But we'll see. It depends what the office decide to do. But at this rate, it's not looking good.
As for the Celtics, I'm gonna speak on my team. I'm gonna speak on my team for a bit. If we beat the Heat today, that'll bring us one game back of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Yes, we should have taken advantage and we should have gone above them yesterday. It's okay. It happens. Those games happen. We'll lose. You can lose those games. It's okay. But I like the way we battled towards the end of the game. I like the way the Celtics battled to the end of the game. We were never out of the game. We were always in the equation of the game. We were up by 12 or 14 at one point, but still. That's when Donovan Mitchell decided to take things in his own hands. That's when he started to decide to. Sorry, excuse me. That's when he decided to take matters in his own hands and just take the game to himself, like take the game to Cleveland. And that was when, he started hitting shots, clutch shots, very, very clutch, and tough shots as well, man. Like, you just can't defend the guy. He's very, very, very good. Mitchell is very, very good. I'm being serious. This guy should be at least top 4 NBA player right now. So top 4 MVP right now. At least in the MVP talk, this guy should be in the top 4 right now. I'm being serious. And Cleveland are there because of him. Without him, bro, Cleveland would be fifth or sixth at best. That Cleveland Cavaliers team depends a lot on Donovan Mitchell and the way he takes the game, and the way he controls the game. So yeah, that's where I'm expecting it to be. That's where I think the Celtics will finish above Cleveland. What do you think? I think the Celtics will take the top of the East.
I still go with Cleveland. I just think the thing for me is, obviously you want home court advantage. Obviously you want to finish top of the division, but I don't think the Celtics need to finish top of the division to get through the East in the playoffs. In my opinion,
I think we do. I think we do, because the thing is, right? If for example we get to the Eastern Conference Finals and we play Cleveland in a Game 7 at TD Garden, it kind of benefits us. I know we lost. I know we lost in 2018. I know we lost in 2018. That Game 7 heartbreaker. I was there. I was watching it. Trust me, it wasn't great. It was one of the worst days as a Celtics fan ever, right? But Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals, if we make it there, I want it to be at TD Garden. So, with the crowd being on our side, we'll have the advantage to go through. That's where I kind of feel like, where the Celtics kind of need home court. But on the road in Cleveland, we've shown that we can beat them on the road. So in the playoffs last year, I know Donovan Mitchell was missing for half of it, and he was there for half of it, but still, we can still talk about how the Celtics dominated the Cavs away on the road. So yeah, I still back my team to finish top of the East, because if you ask me, right, I think we're capable of going on a run of games. I don't know when it'll start. I don't know when it'll be, but we were undefeated for 2 weeks. Just recently, today was our first loss in about 2 weeks. So I think we're capable of going on a run. I don't know when that run will start again. Hopefully it starts again today. We'll see. I don't know if that's the case, but we'll see, man. We'll see. I think we can do it.
It'll be interesting. But I do think the reason why I say you don't need to finish the top to get through the playoffs, because I don't see in a game of 7 I don't see anyone taking you to Game 7. I see you beating most teams in 4 or 5, and maybe Cleveland in 6. So, because I think you can win at their stadium in when it comes to playoff basketball. So
yeah,
and I don't think you need to overextend your best players towards the end of the season just to get that number 1 spot. Whereas Cleveland probably are a bit more of a younger team, so they're less experienced, and they're just gonna want to have that number 1 spot, thinking that it's the be end all. But you, as a team that's won the title, that's all you care about is the playoffs. This period right here is just to get into the playoffs. So
Yeah,
for the Celtics, it's just about championships. It's not about finishing number one in the East, because number one in the East doesn't win you anything.
true.
Just
That's true.
so
But it kind of gives you advantage on the home
it,
court.
it does, but I don't think the Celtics need that advantage when it comes to going through the East.
Mm.
Especially how poor the East is at this current moment of time compared to the Celtics. The biggest issue is going to be about who from the West comes out and who you face in the final, because I think Celtics will go all the way. So
Do you
that's the more important thing.
do you think the Celtics choked today, or do you think Donovan Mitchell was just too good of a player to stop towards the end of the clutch? Because I think it was that. I think it was Donovan Mitchell. Like, the Celtics did everything they could to win the game today. It's just they couldn't take out the pressure towards the end of the game. But what do you think?
No, I don't think it was a choke. I just think it's fine margins in these type of games. And when a player of that level is hitting shots, there's not much you really can do.
Yeah,
When it's better offense versus good defense, it's not much you can do. So, and they also got the backing of their home crowd in a regular season game, which has had some extra spice on it because it's the top two teams. But it's just one of those, like, in the one-off games, Cleveland can win against the Celtics, but as I said, in for me personally, in terms of game of series of 7, I don't see anyone in the East close to the Celtics at the moment when I look at them play.
Yeah. No more thoughts on the Eastern Conference, yeah?
No more thoughts.
Let's move on to the West. The West is where it gets really, really interesting. Because the Lakers got by against the Utah Jazz today by just a point. Obviously, with the Utah Jazz coach controversially calling a timeout as Sexton was making the layup, and yeah, and then the Jazz lost to a good defensive play by the Lakers, and then that was it. And the Lakers are now 5th, 12-8. You could say that's kind of warranted. I mean, for a team of the Lakers, they deserve to be there. I think that's where I think that's respectable, especially when you're going up against Dallas, Memphis, Houston, OKC. And I did tell everyone about Memphis Grizzlies. When they're healthy, they're a good team. I told everyone about Memphis Grizzlies because you know why? Last season they had to deal with the whole team being injured and Ja Morant being suspended twice. Last season, Ja Morant, right? Now that he's back, now that he's playing well, you see the Grizzlies. They're on a 6-game win streak, 14-7. They're third in the East, third in the West, excuse me. And yesterday we also had. Do you know what we had yesterday? Two games, right? The battle for top of the East and battle for top of the West, in one day. That's not happened in 13 years. Like apparently 11 years or something, which is crazy. And and the Houston Rockets are literally 0.5 a game behind OKC at the top. So it just tells you how fine margins this is in the West. And Grizzlies are just right there, right behind them by a game and a half. And then the Warriors, they started to slow down a little bit, even though they had a great start. Dallas, 4-game win streak. Luka just returned today, and then they won. The Lakers, they're on a one. They're 12-8. Clippers 13-9. Suns 11-8. I think the Suns should be higher. The Denver Nuggets will and should be higher. The Spurs 11-9. Wembanyama's made a massive difference to them. And Timberwolves, I don't know what's happened to them. Sacramento Kings, I expect them to pick it up. The Portland Trailblazers, Utah Jazz, and New Orleans Pelicans, they stay there. But for me, from 1st to 12th, it's really, really tight. That's how crazy strong. That's how strong the West is. That's how tight it is. Literally, that's how tight it is. And I'll go as far as to say the Celtics are better than all those teams. But I'm just kidding. Don't worry. We'll save that competition for another day. I don't want to trigger anyone else watching. So let's just talk about the West. Like, this is really tight. From at least maybe Portland up until first. But I'm gonna exclude Portland because I don't think Portland will be good enough to make the play in. I think it's just gonna be I think it's gonna be a battle between Sacramento Kings, Timberwolves, Spurs, Nuggets, Suns, and Clippers. The Nuggets will go high. The Nuggets will finish higher. The Lakers might drop into the play-in, but you know what it is? I expect them to make the playoffs anyways. This is hella tight, man. Really, really tight.
Yeah, it is. I didn't expect the Golden State to have such a great start. They've been surprising to me. I think they've been a surprise touch. I've liked what I've seen from the Lakers under the young coach. Yeah, Denver should be doing better. Considering obviously you got injuries and things like that are factors. But yeah, any in the top 12, maybe even to be honest, Portland have a chance to make a playing spot if they get a good run of games together. So the fact that there's 13 teams that you look at and then you say, you know what's for me the biggest thing is that with the West is that a lot of the teams have winning records. All top 10 teams have winning records, and then you look at even with the 11th to like 13th, it's tight. So
it's really tight.
Yeah, so I think, and even if you look at the streaks, only really Dallas and Memphis are on streaks like that. Obviously, Houston's on the streak, but then things can change when you look at Golden State. They've just lost 4 in a row, so yeah, these things can go up and down. So you could even see Golden State go to a play-in team if they carry on with the way they're playing at the moment. So it's just going to be very interesting to see what happens with it within the West. I really can't put my finger on who comes out of the West. In all honesty, I like what I see from Dallas. Obviously, they're still winning without Luka, which makes a big difference. Obviously, you got Denver with Jokic and what they can do, and then OKC, that young rebellious team, and then I like Ime Udoka with the Rockets as well. And to be honest, I expected this from Memphis. I think Ja Morant, he's on a tour to kind of remind people how good he was. The only couple surprises for me is I think Minnesota should be higher. I think Anthony Edwards needs to do more.
I think the Kings should be higher, bro. The Kings have a good team, man. They have a very, very good team. People don't know how good the Kings are. I've always rated Sacramento, and I've always rated their fans as well. I have great respect for Sacramento Kings. Like they're the team I just can't hate all one bit. They're the team I just don't even hate one bit. Like I love Sacramento Kings. Like for me, they should be much higher as well. They've got they've got Kevin Huerter, they've got Sabonis. Sorry, not Sabonis. Excuse me. Yeah, Sabonis. Sabonis balling out for the Sacramento Kings. Malik Monk, they have a good team, man, and they should be higher up. Man. For me, they should be higher up. I think they should be at least in the play-in. The Spurs being there kind of surprises me a little bit because I think the Spurs are ahead of schedule. I think the Spurs are ahead of what they should be doing. I think the Spurs, for me, because what it is the Spurs. I don't think they're that deep into their rebuild. Like I think they still have a lot more work to do, and especially they need to bring in some more players to build around. Because I think they've got like what Chris Paul I think playing for them now.
They do. Well, the Spurs, yeah, definitely. They have Chris Paul as their point guard. But the thing about the Spurs is they will be a playing team, but I think it's not about this season. It's about the season after and the season after and how they grow their team around women.
I don't think they'll make play in because I think the Timberwolves will pick up. And
I think they have a chance.
No, they have a good chance. I think they do. I think it's gonna be between 12th and 1st. I think it's Portland. No disrespect to Portland. I like Portland as a team. I think I like what they're building over there. Anthony Simons is a very, very good player. I like Jeremy Grant, also a decent little duo over there. I think they've kind of picked up a little bit after trading away Damian Lillard. But where I draw the line is I think the 12 teams that are above them are just way better. I just think the 12 teams that are above them are much, much better. I just see the Kings better. I see the Timberwolves better. The Spurs are better. Everyone else above them are better than the Portland. That's what I'm saying. So it's tight. Right now it's tight, but I'm looking at Minnesota and Sacramento to make the play in. I think the Timberwolves might pick up form later on and try and get into the top 6 because I think they should be in top 6. Like for me, trading away Karl-Anthony Towns has kind of took a toll on them a little bit. I think that's where you're starting to see a bit of a dip now. That the Minnesota Timberwolves are just not going to be. They're not. They've kind of lost their asset, and now they're kind of dropping in that sense. You know what I'm saying? Like Anthony Edwards, very good player, unreal player, but just not taking the team into his hands right now. I still stick by what I said. I think the Timberwolves will finish above the Spurs, and the Sacramento Kings will scrape in as well. I think the Clippers being there. Look, I'll speak of the Clippers. Yeah, I like the Clippers. Like their owner seems like a very very like serious guy. He seems like a very 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 serious type of owner. I like Tyronn Lue. Very very good head coach. Very very good head coach. I like what he's building over there. James Harden playing very very well right now for the Clippers. But where I draw the line is Kawhi Leonard once again being out injured. How many times are the Clippers going to have to wait for Kawhi Leonard to come back and be fit? How many more times are the Clippers going to have to wait for Kawhi Leonard to come back and help them go on a run? Too many times has happened over the course of the few years, man. He's a very injury-prone player. He's a very, very, very good player. Kawhi Leonard is an insane player, and he will be in the Hall of Fame for a reason. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame for a reason. But I'm sorry, if the Clippers are gonna have to rely on him to stay fit, then you might as well send him away and get someone that's available for you. Maybe bring Paul George back, because I think Paul George for the Clippers has been unreal. I think Paul George, when he plays for the Clippers, he's been really good, especially the last couple of years. I think Paul George has really really done well for the Clippers, man. And then obviously you got the Lakers. They're crosstown rivals. They're doing really well. I think 12-8 seems like a decent type of record for them. I'll let you continue for what I'm saying, bro. I just wanted to talk a bit about that.
No, I pretty much agree with you in terms of what's gonna happen. Spurs versus Timberwolves is gonna be an interesting one, obviously, with Yama and what they have, and Timberwolves are probably underperforming at the moment. But yeah, it's gonna be a very tight race in the West for all positions, and I think that we're going to see some chops and changes when it comes to these teams. You may even see a team like Golden State drop to a play-in team at one point just because of the quality that is in the West. The likes of the Nuggets, the Suns, having the ability to go on big runs, especially with the quality of players they have. So yeah, it's gonna be a long season. I think the West is gonna be the more entertaining division in terms of changes and moves when it comes to the teams and the quality of ball. So that's about it for me on the West.
Rockets, Thunder, Grizzlies. Who do you expect to come out on top? I don't see Golden State doing it. Dallas,
what, winning the division?
Possibly. I think Dallas might have a chance. I think Dallas will go above Golden State, especially with their wins. I think the top 4 will be OKC, Houston, Memphis, and Dallas, and I think OKC comes out on top.
Yeah, I agree. OKC will be probably the top team in terms of the West.
I think they come out on top. Sorry, can you hear me well? Can you hear me? Yeah. Sorry, I thought I heard something. Never mind. Houston. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Houston is still lacking a slight bit of experience. I know Ime Udoka is a very good coach. I just think the experience might not be. But I think they'll make the playoffs. I still think they'll make the playoffs. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah,
I just
they're
think
probably
OKC
missing
are
a.
much better. I just think OKC are a much better team. Sorry, continue.
No, I agree. They're missing a bit of experience, missing a bit of star power. I think there's more of like a team that's just good because of the coaching rather than the pieces. I think he's done well with the pieces he has compared to the teams around him, where you can see stars here and there. But Houston are a very young team, so they've got a bright future. I would say that.
Yeah, they do. They do. Upper Şengün is one to watch for many teams, man. Şengün's a very big player. And you have Jalen Green. You also have, I don't know who else you could say. Like they've got some decent depth, man. They've got a young team, and definitely for me, I think they'll definitely be top two.
Yeah, definitely. I do
Do you
like.
think? Yeah,
I do like Dylan Brooks and I do like Van Vliet and I do
I've
like
been
some of
playing.
the pickups they've had as well.
Yeah,
So they've made some good moves in the off season.
he's been playing well for the Rockets as well, Dylan Brooks.
Yeah.
And obviously you got Memphis. I did call it Memphis Grizzlies when they have all their players fit. They're gonna go on a run. They're gonna be scary to play against. And look where they are. They're literally right behind everyone else because look, the Grizzlies have a very very good team. They had Defensive Player of the Year Jaren Jackson Jr., Ja Moran, who's been out due to suspension, Marcus Smart out through injury, right? Now you get and the Desmond Bain, a really good shooter. Now you get all them back. Put the team together. And I don't recall they have Steven Adams as well. I don't recall. I don't recall.
The Memphis.
Yeah, I don't recall they have Steven Adams as well.
Let me check.
I think they do, right? I think they have Steven Adams as well. So if you look at that, right, that's the team is complete. The team is set, man. Like I said, you bring all the injuries back together. Memphis are a top 3 team. They should have been last season, but obviously they had to deal with the whole team being out injured, and I kind of felt bad. So, look, they're a very young, talented team, very good role players, very good individuals that can get you results, and they're on a 6-game win streak. And Memphis have, for me, they're going to be a tough team, very very tough team.
Yeah, they don't have Steven Adams, but they do have the 2 youngsters in Jalen Wales and Zach Edey. So they do have some quality rookies as well added to their team. So considering they had such a bad season last season, I think it benefited them when it came to the picks that they got in the draft, and I think they've done well in terms of adding extra quality to their team. So I think they've got one of the most loaded teams in terms of like talent wise, in terms of like they've got a 5 and a bench that you can look and say, oh, they can give anyone a trouble for their money. So I think there'll be a team that'll be a problem for most teams in the West. And you've seen that this season they've had good wins, especially with the team that they have. But yeah, the West is exciting, man. Any team can beat any team. I don't think there's one out and outright top team in the West like it is in the East with the Celtics, in my opinion. So the West is exciting for me.
But yeah, I still got OKC to come out of the West. And yeah, is that all we have to say about the West? I think that should be it.
Yeah, that's it. I'm still gonna back Dallas to go all the way. They're probably the only team that can stop Denver from getting out the West.
I think Denver will rise soon. I think they'll go on a run of games and climb up into the top 6. Because the Denver Nuggets are a good team. They'll definitely be beating teams comfortably. The thing is with the Denver Nuggets, I think they started off the season very, very, very slow. I think they started off the season I think they came into the season very slow. They were like 0-3, 0-4 or something at one point, and then they grew into the season. So slow start, but I think they'll definitely go on a run of games and definitely go into the season. Let's Phoenix Suns, they'll be higher. Clippers, I think they'll drop a bit, but they'll be in the play-in. Lakers, they'll be within the 6th and 7th around that. They'll be in that position. And the Timberwolves, I think they'll go up into the play-in as well. Sacramento Kings also, I think they might. But yeah, it is what it is. I think that should wrap it up that part. Let's go on to the Emirates NBA Cup. Emirates NBA Cup. That's the one we all need to talk about. The Emirates NBA Cup is the one everyone needs to talk about because this is going to get interesting. So obviously the Celtics, I'm waiting for my team's results right now. I'm waiting for teams to get the results. So here's the possibility for the Celtics to go through. So I've just let me just bring this up. Hold on. Let me just argue with let me just bring something up. Hold on, yeah. Let's just bring this up.
There we go.
So the Boston Celtics are currently 1 game behind the Knicks and the Detroit Pistons. The Hawks are through. The Bucks. Hold on a minute. Can you bring up the groups as well? Can you bring up the groups? So I just need to like.
Let me.
Yeah, groups. Yeah, there in rules and format. It was under rules. Okay, here we go. Okay. So obviously we got the Knicks. So the fixtures are gonna be Orlando taking on the New York Knicks. Is that the fixture? Yes, it is. So Orlando versus New York. We need at least Orlando to blow out New York. To blow them out. To destroy them. The Bucks against the Pistons. We need the Bucks to win by 6, or we need the Pistons to win by 7, I think.
Yeah. You need the differential to change. So
yeah, so we're up 23 right now. So we're plus 23 right now. Can you go up again, please? Can you scroll up to Group A, please? I see Group A. 1 minute. So the Knicks. So we need to hope the Orlando Magic beat the Knicks. That's 1. Beat the Knicks, and we need to hope that the Bucks blow out the Detroit Pistons. Or the Detroit Pistons need to beat the Bucks by 7 or something. So yeah, the Celtics are still in it. Scroll down again. Just need to see the one thing. The Celtics have already played all their 4 games, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. We have to worry about playing anymore.
So yeah, basically if you look at here, game 4. At the moment, the Magic and Bucks are the leaders in terms of their groups, but for the 1 wild card spot, the Celtics need the either Detroit to lose by a bit, and they need New York to lose as well,
or the Bucks to lose by a bit, and the Orlando Magic need to beat the New York Knicks.
Yeah, which is very possible. It's possible.
It's very possible. We're still in it, but we should have beaten the Bulls by a lot more that day. However, I'm not gonna be upset because we won the game. All we need to do is just now hope that these results happen. But let's predict the matchup because you know what it's gonna be. It's kind of interesting. So I think Orlando will go through,
Mm-hmm.
and I think the Detroit Pistons. Oh, hold on. I think the Bucks will go through. I think the Bucks will beat the Pistons by a lot, actually. The Hawks are already through, so the Hawks have already confirmed their place. So that does not matter anymore
Yeah.
because the Hawks have already played. They're confirmed through. So I think the top 3 teams are confirmed. What do you think? I'm gonna go with the Magic, Bucks, and Hawks to go through. So the Hawks already confirmed. So let's just leave them out. Actually, let's talk about I'm gonna say Magic and Bucks are gonna go through.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the Magic will win their game, and I think the
We need
Bucks will win as well.
We need the Magic. We need the Magic to beat the Knicks. That's all we need.
Yeah. To be honest, if the Magic and Bucks win, I think the Celtics by just point differential will go through because.
But then excuse me, what the fuck am I saying? The Detroit Pistons. Sorry, I had a horrible stutter there. The Detroit Pistons, right, need to lose by at least more than 6 points.
I think that can definitely happen.
We're on the plus 23 right now, yeah. So yeah, who do you think will be the 4th team to go through?
It's either you or the Pistons, but it's going to be very close. But I think the Bucks will beat the Pistons more than 6 points. So
and what about the Knicks and Magic?
No, I think Magic are going to win that outright.
So you think the Celtics will go through?
Yeah, I think it'll be Magic, Bucks, Hawks, Celtics.
Man, if only we didn't lose to that stupid tip-in from the Atlanta Hawks, man, we could have gone through on a 4-0, on a 4-0, bro. But never mind. It is what it is. Just gotta hope that these results happen. Yeah, I think the Celtics will go through. Let's go to the West now. The Rockets and Golden State Warriors are confirmed through.
Yeah.
This is where it gets interesting. The San Antonio Spurs, the Lakers are out.
They lost 2. If you lose 2 games, you're pretty much out. You can't afford to lose 2. Once you've lost 2, it's done. It's gonna be interesting to see who wins out the Spurs and Suns. That's gonna be a very tight
I can't believe
match.
The 2 fraudulent finalists of last year, the Indiana Pacers and the Lakers, are out of the tournament, man.
It can be like that though. They lost to the Phoenix and the OKC, 2 better teams than them. So
Indiana Pacers should have won that in-season tournament. I can't lie, but it's all right. Happens.
Yeah.
Don't expect to see them back there again. The Spurs and the Mavericks. Oh, but the point differential from the Dallas Mavericks is crazy though, and they play Memphis next. It's gonna be a tough game. I can't lie. It's gonna be a very, very tough game. Can you scroll down? I need to see a couple more games. Hold on. The Nuggets. I think the Nuggets are out for me. The Suns.
Yeah. The Nuggets and the Memphis Grizzlies are already out. It's just Dallas needs to beat Memphis.
I think all the Spurs need to do now is just win their game against the Phoenix Suns. But that's gonna be an interesting battle because if the Suns win, the Suns will go through ahead of Spurs. But it also depends on if OKC can get a massive win against the Utah Jazz, because the Utah Jazz, they're out of it as well, so they don't have anything to play for.
Yeah, but Dallas does have a good point differential, so plus 41 is going to be
very, very crazy. But they play the Memphis Grizzlies, and the Memphis Grizzlies are a good team. Like, even you do realize that even if it doesn't have anything to play, actually, I take back whatever I said. Yes, it doesn't have anything to play for, but it counts as a regular season win as well. If you win this game, it counts as a regular season win. So every team's gonna be up for it. Still,
it's home for Dallas as well. So I think
So I think I'm gonna okay. So let's just exclude the Rockets and the Golden State because they're confirmed through, right? Mm-hmm. They've already confirmed their place.
I'm going Dallas and Phoenix to go through. I think the Phoenix will beat the Spurs to get the 3-1, and I think Dallas will win. Actually, you know what? No. Dallas and Oklahoma City to go through.
Interesting. So you think the Spurs will get knocked out by the Suns?
Yes. Well, no.
The
The
point,
thing, no, I
the
don't
point
think that match.
was
I don't
very,
think
very.
that match. I don't think that match will matter because I think OKC will win, beat Utah by a blowout and get the point differential up. So they'll
Because the
all be,
thing is, bro,
even if Phoenix or San Antonio win, they'll be 3-1,
yeah.
3-1. But
Because bro,
Dallas is,
look at the points differential by Spurs. Though that's hella less, man. That's really,
yeah,
really less.
that's what I'm saying.
14 is very, very less to qualify. So they're gonna have
Yeah,
to. So they're gonna have to try and beat the Suns
yeah, by a lot. And because
on
OKC,
the
as you
road as
said, I've
well,
got Utah.
and on the road as well. It's not gonna be easy,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. So
I'm gonna go with the. I'm gonna go with Suns to go through, and I'm gonna go with Dallas. I think OKC miss out. Even though the win, it comes down to the points differential, and I think Dallas Mavericks are just their points differential is too much. So I think Dallas will go through.
well, no,
And,
I think Dallas are going through, but it's between the Suns and the Thunder. Because if you look at the Suns, they're plus 19. So even if the Suns beat the Spurs, they need to blow out the Spurs just as OKC need to blow out. So I think OKC are more likely to beat the Utah Jazz by a big amount rather than the Suns beat the Spurs by a big amount.
so yeah, the Golden State Warriors are confirmed through. Sacramento Kings, they're confirmed. Sorry, the Rockets are confirmed through because Sacramento Kings are nowhere to be found. Um,
Let's look
yeah,
at the actual groups. Let me look at the groups.
yeah. Go ahead, go ahead.
Because that might. So it's okay. So it's the top of Group C basically.
Yeah,
So any of these teams could actually go through. It's just based on points differential. So I think it's going to be Phoenix and no, I think it's going to be OKC and Dallas. Because look how close it is.
I think Phoenix have a good chance because the thing is, right, the Phoenix Suns are playing the Spurs at home, and yes, the Spurs are a good team, but the Suns, if are playing at home, they're gonna want to go crazy at home. They're gonna want to go and destroy the Spurs at home.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm undecided between OKC and Phoenix, but I think Dallas are gonna go through.
Yeah. Dallas definitely. Dallas definitely.
I'm
Well,
gonna
actually,
go.
no, it's not definite because Memphis looking good right now. So
Yeah, but the thing is, if Dallas win, if Dallas just need to win, they're gonna go through because they literally have the points differential is crazy, plus 41. Like you ain't stopping. I think that's the best. I think it's the best points differential of the whole of the whole of the whole NBA Cup. I don't think anyone's beaten that plus 41. Like I don't see anyone like better than that actually.
actually,
But
let's look.
yeah, I don't. Oh shit! Never mind. Orlando Magic is 60. Sorry, I didn't see that there. It's plus
And the
60.
Rockets are plus 49.
Oh yeah, but in terms of like the wild card, yeah, I just think like yeah, the Dallas Mavericks gonna go through.
Mm. It's gonna be challenging because they've got a tough opponent in Memphis, so it can go either way. Yeah,
Who do you think? I'm gonna go with Dallas to go through, and I'm gonna go with OKC to go through as well.
yeah, I agree with you. I'm going Dallas and OKC. I'm going with Dallas and OKC. Dallas is the
But
wild card, and OKC is the
but if the Suns win, OKC win, it comes down to the points differential.
yeah. OKC got the Jazz, and I don't. I think the OKC are more likely to blow out the Jazz than the
True,
Suns.
true, true.
Spurs.
You're right. You're,
That's what I'm
you're right.
thinking.
But also the Spurs are prone to losing a lot as well, by a lot as well.
True.
So it's kind of very, very unpredictable. I'll just go with OKC to be safe, and I'm gonna go with Dallas.
I agree with you, man. I agree. It's exciting though. I like it. It's exciting.
It is. Well, when all this is done, people we're gonna preview the NBA Cup, and we're gonna preview the knockouts. We're gonna give our unbiased thoughts. We're gonna say, we're gonna give our predictions as based of our knowledge. Yeah, let's move on, bro. Let's talk about let's talk about the games today. Let's just give our quick predictions and wrap it up. Let's just give our predictions because I've got to do a Premier League show after this as well. So
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so let's predict our teams as well. I'll give it to you as well. So the Hawks against the Pelicans. I'm gonna go with the Hawks to win at home.
Oh no, I got it on the thing. I can put it on the thing.
Oh, okay. All good. Thank you, man. Thank you. Hawks against Pelicans. I'm gonna go with the Hawks to win at home.
Yeah. Well, it has first. What about the Heat versus Celtics?
That's second. Celtics against Heat. I'm gonna back my Celtics to win.
I've got Celtics and then Hawks. I think Celtics and Hawks.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Lakers Timberwolves. Timberwolves win. Timberwolves win at home.
I'm gonna go Lakers.
Chicago against Brooklyn. I'm gonna go with Chicago to win at home.
Yeah, Chicago.
I won't be surprised if Brooklyn wins though. And then obviously, let's go through our team. So Celtics play Miami, Detroit, Bucks, Grizzlies this week. I'm gonna go with all 4 wins for the Celtics. All at home.
Okay.
We play Bucks and Grizzlies back to back, but I reckon we win both those games. And we play Miami Heat today. We play Detroit in 2 days. All at home. I reckon we win. And we have a 5-game homestand now, especially when we come back after the in-season tournament break. We play Chicago at home. I reckon we win that one as well. So all the 5 games, I expect 5 wins from the Celtics, all at home. What do you think?
I think that could definitely happen. Definitely. I agree. I think that definitely could happen.
And you play the Sixers. You play the Hornets. I think you win that one in the NBA Cup, even though it's still like, yeah, I still think Sixers can win that one. And then you play Orlando at home. I think you win back-to-back games against Orlando. Chicago away, I think you lose that one. Hornets at home, win. Cavs away. Sorry, actually forget about that one. Talk about the ones of December 9th. So Hornets away, you win. I reckon you can win. Magic at home, I think you'll lose one, win one, and then the Chicago Bulls, I think you'll lose that one. I think you'll go 2-2.
I agree, but I think we'll beat Chicago and Charlotte. I think we'll lose twice to Orlando. I think Orlando's too good for us.
At home.
Are they one home, one away?
Both your games are at home against Orlando.
Oh, that makes a difference a little bit.
I reckon you win all your games this week. Actually,
I don't think that. I'm gonna stick with what I said. Charlotte.
If you go on a 4-game win streak, that makes you 8-14. So yeah,
I hope so. But we need to carry on that momentum.
Interesting. But yeah, I reckon Celtics win all our games, and I reckon you guys will win yours as well. So yeah, it is what it is. I mean, that's all we got for you guys today. We're gonna wrap it up. Here. There's about how many of you watching? There's about 9 of you watching. Please make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm literally almost on 100 subs. Please get me there soon. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you comment and keep it respectful. Make sure you subscribe to King. I'm gonna leave his links in the title as well. So you make sure you go and subscribe to his channel. He's gonna have some content coming out soon for you guys. Obviously, I'm gonna have more as well. More NBA talk, more NBA Cup talk, and more F1, more Premier League. Premier League talk will be I'll be right back after this as well, people. I'm gonna quickly go on Sarcasm City TV if he's still live, and I'm gonna quickly go on the show of I'm gonna quickly go on I'm gonna hop back on my channel. We're gonna be doing Premier League preview and review. We're gonna preview the fixtures for the upcoming week 14 this midweek, and we're gonna review the last week games. We're gonna talk about all Man United, Man City, Liverpool, all the stuff. So people will be there. Make sure you tune in. Yeah, thank you, King, for hopping on, man. Real talk. It's been an absolute pleasure doing a show with you today.
No, it's all good, man. I love talking about basketball. It's been an exciting season so far. The NBA Cup is in full swing. be interesting to see who makes out of the West because it's very tight. It's very tight, and then
We'll definitely
watching
be keeping tabs. We'll definitely be keeping tabs tomorrow.
yeah, especially and yeah, excited to talk about other sports as well. Obviously, we got F1 coming up, the final race of the weekend coming up as well. So a lot of drama with the Formula One coming around. So yeah,
Oh,
man, there's a lot of sports. There's a lot of sports to talk about. A lot of sports to talk about. NFL's
yep.
in full swing as well. My Eagles beat the Ravens. So yeah, man, we're looking good. We're looking good for the Super Bowl. And yeah, man, I'm just excited about sports.
Speaking of NFL, I might do an NFL playoff show in when the playoffs come around. So we'll definitely be doing NFL talk. We'll definitely be doing a lot more because I've got a decent knowledge of NFL. I'm not as knowledgeable as people may think I am, but I know some things. I watched the Celtics. Excuse me, Patriots, and the Colts game yesterday. Drake May is unbelievable. He is unbelievable. And I'm excited for the future, man. Even though the Patriots are not looking as good right now, and I know we lost, and I know we threw it away yesterday by 1 point, I'm really, really excited for the future. I'm just hoping we can build around Drake May because Drake May is the truth. I'm really, really enjoying his play right now. We didn't give him minutes in his first few games, but Jacoby Brissett's done coming and done very, very well. Jacoby Brissett has been a good player for the Patriots, and I give him props where it's due. Like he had a lot of shoes to he had massive shoes to fill, and he's done that very, very well. Big up Jacoby Brissett, big up the Patriots obviously all the time. I know we're not doing great right now, but still we'll be back next year. Hopefully we get a good draft pick, we get a good first round pick, and we get some good players. We need some, we need to rebuild again. I don't know if Gerard Mayo is the coach for the future, but regardless of who the coach for the future is, I want the Patriots to build around Drake May completely. But yeah, we're talking NFL on the show upcoming in January. More F1. We're doing a lot more F1 shows. A lot more people. So make sure you tune in. Stay tuned. Stay locked in. Make sure you turn the notification bell on. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll be back for the Premier League show in a little bit. But take care, people. Up the Celtics. Go Celtics. Take care. See you in a bit.
Peace.